People back again. What a performance by Brazil. But a lot of you will say that Serbia was very poor. It's just too much samba. As you can see in here, it's just too much samba. What a team that is this Brazil. Wow. Big up to everyone in the chat. And as usually, please make sure you smash the like. And also, if you're new to the channel, remember, subscribe, and I really appreciate the support. I'm going to review the game. I'm going to go through the key moments of the game as well, and of course give my thoughts. What can Brazil do? How far can Brazil go? I mean, there was a reason why I said Brazil going to win this World Cup and why Brazil is the biggest favorite. We all know that, but look, in football anything can happen. Yes, people, let me go in the chat. I know we'll have quite a few people watching me. They're all still, probably just finished their dinner and will all come along in a minute. But yeah, what a performance. I mean, that first half was clearly dominated by Brazil. It's normal, Serbia was just trying to hold. They did for 45 minutes, but then once Richarlison, opened up back in the net and that second goal as well. Wow. Just how? What a goal. Onto the ball. Big up to you, my man, saying vamos. I mean, this Brazil is just absolutely unbelievable. It's just too, like I said in here, look, my match review is just going to be all that is. It's too much samba. I mean, when you actually check Brazil lineup, we was doing, as we was reviewing the Portugal against Ghana game, and then the players they go on the bench, right? Gabriel Jesus come on, Martinelli come on. They've got so much talent. I mean, like we said, it's just Casemiro holding that midfield, and then everyone else up front, right? They just do whatever they want to. I mean, what this Brazil is just scary. There was this is the reason why a lot of people, I think majority of the football fans say that Brazil is the biggest favorite because of the quality they have, right? The strength they have in their squads. And look who they got in the bench, right? I mean, Brazil on the paper is definitely, probably, let's say, going forward, definitely the best squad out there. And overall, one of the best squads. But it's just how they got forward, right? It's just quick with so much individual talent, 1-to-1. They changed the game so quick. Look at Vinicius, right? Didn't had not his best game. I thought he did all right, but then all of a sudden, bang, he's changed the game. 2 assists, Richarlison, 2 goal. This is why Titi prefers Richarlison over Gabriel Jesus. I mean, that second goal was something else. And also he says, I've seen every team now, Jose. Who's impressed you the most? Well, honestly with you, I will have to say probably England impressed me. France, they didn't impress me because France is just too much quality as well. And Brazil, I mean, Brazil only won 2-0 today. Yeah? Are all people remember that Serbia qualify top of the group over Portugal, right? And also this Brazil, I mean, they lost the Copa America final against Argentina, but they finished, the qualifiers right at the top without again defeat one single game. It's just the quality they have. We've spoke about the quality they have, but I will say definitely England because I know England has a lot of talent. I do know, right, the manager. That's what I said. England will not win the World Cup because they haven't got the manager. But actually looking, remember that Brazil face Serbia, England face Iran, and also Spain. Let's not forget about Spain. Spain overall, the best performance was Spain, but then who impressed me the most? I mean, I know Spain is a low quality. I was impressed with Spain winning 7-0, but it's actually hard. It's actually very, very hard to actually say who impressed me the most. But we'll definitely pick between probably England or Spain. Brazil was what we expected Brazil to do, but I knew it was going to be a tough game. Serbia really held on very well in that first half. also onto the ball says, I think France are banging the World Cup again. I mean, I predict my final before the World Cup. I actually predict. I did 2 times prediction on my channel once and someone else's channel, and I said that the final is going to be between Brazil and France because the squad is just too good, and overall as a team, they're better than anyone else out there. Yeah, Spain impressed me a lot. Victory, played absolutely from minute one till the end. Amazing football. Then you got England's 6 goals, but they still concede 2 goals. Yeah, there's a lot of quality in England, but it's just different, like English people says, right? It's just different gravy. This Brazil is different gravy. And I expect Argentina to turn up as well. I do expect Argentina still to go through. They got Mexico on Saturday. I still think Argentina might go far in this World Cup. I know it all depends how they're going to do against Mexico for them to go through. But Argentina also, as a team overall, that's why they was unbeaten for 36 games, right? I mean, they had a bad game against Saudi Arabia. Fair play to Saudi Arabia. They was the better team. They deserved to beat Argentina. But come on, and like you're saying here, repeat of the final, 98. I mean, imagine that final again and another upset. Imagine that France upset Brazil again. Wow. I mean, France been up there the last, like I've mentioned, the last 22, 24 years. France been up there, 2, 3 World Cup finals they reached. They won 2. Yeah, there's too much talent in this France. And for me, my biggest favorite is definitely is France and Brazil. But Brazil, I predict Brazil to win. But let's wait and see. But today game, like I said, look, I've got 12 people watching me now. Really appreciate the support. Please, like I say on all of my streams, make sure you smash the like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and I really appreciate the support. Like, I can't thank you guys enough. So much support that I get all the time, and love as well. I feel love, and I like you, man. But yeah, today first half, clearly you saw that all it was taking was just the time for Brazil to score the first goal. Then once Brazil scored the first goal, I knew that the second goal was coming. We knew that Brazil was going to score the second goal before Serbia even try and score 1 goal. Serbia was very, very poor today, but I'm not surprised against attacking team going like forward like Brazil. You just have to defend and just wait and maybe have luck, to have a chance and score. But come on, going forwards. And also, they're so quick going forward, right? You have like Neymar, you've got Vinicius Juniors, you got Rafinha, you got Richarlison, our friends, always waiting but always working hard. Then you go behind that, you got Paqueta. Then in the midfield, you got Casemiro. Basically, Casemiro is just holding everyone in there, and then they just all got forwards. Absolutely unbelievable. And my man, once again, frankly, big up to you, my man, Sesh. Good to be back to the stream, but yeah, Brazil look mentally strong. I think that will carry them to the title, maybe. Look, man, I think you just said everything spot on in there, man. I mean, it's just crazy. This Brazil, the impression I have from that first half, 0-0 first half, but you knew that Brazil was going to score. You knew that Brazil was quick, was creating chances. There was a lot of talent. Like I said, it was just too much samba. Then Serbia, like I said, I'm going to say this again, just to because you just comment that is like all Serbia was doing, try to just wait and expect to have one chance, maybe one lucky goal, and then. But once Brazil scored, we knew that second goal was coming straight after, still dominate the game. I mean, it's just crazy, this Brazil. Absolutely. Like I said, this is why I predict Brazil to win the World Cup, right? I've watched the qualify in South America. I've watched the Copa America. They lost to Argentina in the final, but I can't. That game was only 1-0. Could have gone even way, and it's just too much talent. And look who Brazil's still going to bench, right? Like I was actually, Martinelli come on, Gabriel Jesus come on and stuff. But then you look like Antonio as well, who come on, Rodrigo come on, Fred. I do not rate Fred. When Fred come on, right, was basically to support Casemiro to try and hold the midfield a little bit more, because Brazil was already 2-0 up, so they knew that they had to hold a little bit. This is how Brazil is going to do, because when you actually look Brazil line up, right, you see how come they're only playing with one midfield, Casemiro, just holding the midfield, and everyone is just all attacking players. But then you got basically in front of Casemiro, you got a player that is a very attacking player, creative player like Paqueta, but then you got him going forwards and going back, but he just seems to be that centre midfield. Like Casemiro is the defense midfield, and Paqueta, just his role in Brazil is different than he used to. Like he played at West Ham or he plays at Lyon, and I'm sure some of you guys will agree that Paqueta at Brazil, he just in there as a centre midfield, he holds with Casemiro behind, and then you got Rafinha in one side, you got Vinicius Juniors, then you got Neymar behind Richarlison, and then in the bench you got Antonio, you got Martinelli have an amazing season with Arsenal, and you got Gabriel Jesus. I mean, who else? It's crazy. Even myself, I'm in here trying to breathe and like to describe this Brazil is just it's hard to describe them because there's too much quality. But like I said, look, I think France and overall, like frankly Cam said, right? Brazil look mentally strong. It's the same with France. France mentally are that squad that is strong and they're prepared, they're ready, and mentally they're ready for this kind. If you prepare mentally, like Brazil is, France is, and I will say again, like Argentina mentally, yes, Argentina is ready because we can't, just because Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia, we can't just think that, it's over, they're going to do shit. Watch out, they still have quality as a team as well, overall. That's why I said they was unbeaten for 36 games. But this Brazil is just, he's I don't know, he's just crazy. Absolutely. Like I said, on my title in here, it's just too much samba. Honestly, wow, wow, wow. Going forward is crazy. Yeah, was game over after 1-0, none doubt. You remember I was in a group, WhatsApp group, and I said, now second goal coming. Probably second goal for Brazil, first then Serbia equalize. Serbia didn't really have like one chance, one corner that had few headers, but then it wasn't nothing special. Like I said, I do rate this Serbia. I think they have also a lot of talent, but I've said this as well in the previous World Cup with Serbia. They seems to always have good players, but then when it comes to like this kind of tournaments, mentally is different. It's just different gravy. Like Brazil was made for the World Cup. Look, people, let's not forget that Brazil is the only country that have ever played in every single World Cup. Is the country that won the most as well, with 5 times winning. They played 21 World Cups. That's how many World Cups have we always had ever 21, and then Brazil is just genius. But look, people, make sure you leave your thoughts in the chat. That is Brazil. Is that too much samba? I've got a few questions for everyone in the chat, and don't forget, look, I've got 13 people watching me now. I know there will be more coming, 15 now, 16. Please, you're new to the channel, just make sure you subscribe. In here you will always listen to good football knowledge, and always the truth and honest and fair as well. So onto the ball says, my boy, I listened to keep a clean sheet all the way to the final. Do you know what? You could tell that he was confident. He's been actually playing well for Liverpool in the last few games, and you could tell the way he was coming out for every cross. Let's not forget that his Serbia squads, massive players, big players, and players that jumped very well as well in the air. They are actually a very strong team. But then Alisson, he didn't really add much to do, but every time that he had to do something, you could tell how confident he was jumping, and yeah, it was good to see. Good performance by him. The times that he was cool to do some work, He was really, really good. Definitely enjoy watching Alisson today. And that centre back, Marquinhos, Thiago Silva is like, Thiago Silva is like the old wine, the oldest guy. This guy just get better and better. 37 years old, still playing a high level, right? I mean, I'm not Serbian, didn't do anything that was absolutely poor, but we have to give credit to Brazil, right? Brazil just did not let them do absolutely anything. And frankly, Cab says Japan show excellent mentality as well, but with the quality of Brazil, it's going to be very hard to stop them. But I learned not to count out teams this World Cup. Absolutely, man. Look, at the end of the day, it's football, anything can happen. Look, you agree with what I said. I agree with what you said. I'm pretty sure everyone in the chat, the same chat we had and the same live stream we had for the Portugal game against Ghana to review the game. Look, football, anything can happen. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what. Anything is possible. Anything can happen. This is why we love the beautiful game, because anything could absolutely can happen. But yeah, mentally is just the qualities in there. Mentally they are strong, but it's just a quality. I mean, look at Vinicius, 2 assists. I mean, every time he had a ball, look at Rafinha. Okay, he did not had a great game. He should have scored in the first half. He hasn't also been that best for Barca. He's just been unlucky not to score. But just before the World Cup, he scored an amazing header. And look at Richarlison. He scored a few goals for Tottenham this season. He hasn't been amazing. He's been injured as well. But then when you play around this quality of players that Brazil has, if you're Richarlison playing around, Vinicius, Neymar, Rafinha, Paqueta, I mean, you're going to do well. You're going to score. But, people, let's talk about his second goal, right? It's not easy to do that. Richarlison's second goal, the way he controlled the ball and the way he turned, as you can see on my live stream, the thumbnail as well. What a picture that I got for the thumbnail. That's just perfect. I think that's the best thumbnail I ever made for my YouTube videos. You can just see the way he controlled the ball and still have the time, yeah? The defense did not react quick enough. But to have that finish, I mean, only quality players will do that. Only players with this kind of quality will score a goal like Richarlison did. And I'm pretty sure you guys will agree with me. What a finish. Look, I've got almost 20 people watching me. People, remember, make sure you smash the like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I really appreciate the support. But it's good to see everyone in the chat again. Look, I was straight after the Portugal game. A lot of people, the live chat was very busy. A lot of people was enjoying, and I said I'm back again for the Brazil. Of course, it's the first game. A lot of people wants to see. A lot of people wants to hear. Everyone's opinion, and it's good to have everyone in the chat also showing a lot of support, and I really appreciate that. But yeah, this Brazil is just absolutely unbelievable. What that performance! A lot of people is gonna say that it was only 2-0. Yeah, but then they're playing against Serbia. Come on, let's be honest. Serbia has a lot of quality as well, but this Brazil is just too much. We could stay in here all night long, and the depth they go in the squad, right? When you can afford to put Antony in a bench, Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus. I'm not even going to mention Fred because I do not like Fred. But sometimes it makes me think there's so many other quality Brazilians out there, midfields as well, much better than Fred. But then Fred is that kind of player that he seems to always do the job for Brazil, right? He started for Brazil lots of times, yeah? Brazil has actually just changed their formation recently. They actually just changed their formation to only play basically with Casemiro on his own holding the midfield. Looks like when you actually check the lineup, but like I said, Paqueta has a different role in this Brazil. So it's just Casemiro. Of course, his role is more to defend, but then you go Paqueta holding the center mid, is in that area that he holds, because you've got so many players going forward. So you need to have, especially in the midfield. You know, midfield is the most important part in a game, and he holds, and then you have an everyone going forward. But then a lot of people, let me just quickly go through. Frankly, says I agree. This World Cup crazy. Yeah, Richarlison is a Serbia player. Surprised he ends up Spurs. People's arguing him. He was Everton, but with quality around him, I knew he would shine 100% spot on. I did say that, and I said that, of course, he scored a few goals for Tottenham, but he hasn't been doing that amazing. Like the money he cost people. Let's not forget he cost around what, just over 60 million. A lot of people will expect him to do better. Like he would, and I Everton, he did really well. But look who he have around him. Come on, let's be honest. Um, Luis Fernando says, "Olá pessoal, vamos Brasil." Yes, amigo. Que partidaço del Brasil, hein, amigo? Muito bem. Brasil joga muito. É muito samba, amigo. Muito, muito samba. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to speak Portuguese, but I think I am, of course. But yeah, Brazil is muita qualidade and muito samba. Muita qualidade. But yeah, unbelievable, absolutely. But going back to frankly Coman here, is just, yeah, I mean, there's no doubt, like I've just mentioned, and you heard me saying that, you know, Richarlison playing around so much quality, of course he's gonna shine. As Spurs, you know, you've got Son, you got Kulusevski, you got Kane, right? He barely plays. Well, he plays because a lot of them are injured, and when they're injured, he plays them to come on as well. But then, you know, Spurs hasn't really got that quality. If Richarlison was around players that could create for him, because he's very good in the box, right? He's a hard worker, and he's also very, very good in the box. Luís Fernandes says, se português é bom. Sei, amigo, sou português, né? Sou português. Segue lá o canal, por favor, agradeço muito, muito obrigado. Muito mesmo. And yeah, I mean, he's crazy. Absolutely unbelievable, this Brazil squad. People, I'm waiting for someone maybe to join me in about 5 to 10 minutes, so then we can review the game a little bit better. But I've got another question for you guys. Like I said, I'm still going to go through my man of the match as well. Of course, it's hard to pick a man of the match when, you know, you clearly saw all the Brazil players tonight performing well as a team, individuals as well. There was absolute brilliant, one more than others, but still overall was a good performance by everyone. And you could tell when Gabriel Jesus come on, even Martinelli, they was trying, they want the ball, they want to fight for place basically. But is I've got a question for you guys, of course, everyone in the chat, and please, I want to hear you first. Is Brazil still the favorite after watching Brazil and everyone else first World Cup game? This is actually a serious question to a lot of you. So, group stage, round one, all has been played, right? We've seen everyone. And now after the first game, yeah, a lot, you know, in going into the first game, basically everyone will be very nervous, right? But then you clearly can see what was your thoughts before the World Cup, and then after the run one, you can probably tell now what you've seen, how far, you know. I used to class Brazil as the biggest favorite. For me, Brazil is the favorite, the biggest favorite, and after watching everyone else, yeah, like I said, someone in the chat, you know, Ashley asked me, and I said that, you know, I still think that Brazil, for me, clearly the biggest favorite, most likely will win, but watch out for France. Too much quality there, too much. I expect them to go far. Who knows? They may win. And then I was impressed with Spain and England. Not that they haven't good quality. You know, Spain and England, you look at their squads as well, young talent players, right? Spain has the manager, Luis Enrique for me is a great manager. Then you got England, Gareth Southgate, who is really poor manager. And I'm sure, and I've said this a few times, that I would definitely 100%. My football knowledge is good enough to do a better job than Gareth Southgate, but because he seems to just pick his favourites. But anyways, yeah, for me Brazil definitely. And onto the ball says not for me. I lays the blues. So onto the ball, he says, and he actually said that because he reviewed the stream after the France against Australia game. He reviewed and he keeps saying France, fair enough, absolutely. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna disagree with you because France, it's just too much quality. That's the reason why I predict France versus Brazil in the final. And you know what? I actually did two predictions, and the predictions was exactly the same. My final is Brazil against France. Who knows? Anything can happen. We have to remember that it's football. We're talking about a beautiful game, and anything can happen. But I still predict, and after round one, everyone else play. I still haven't changed my mind, and it's Brazil, France in the final. That's my predictions. And also, frankly says, I assume you're Portuguese, but I'm Mexican, so I'm rooting for Mexico, even for I don't think, well, we do good this World Cup. We're not bad, but not. I mean, with Mexico, right? I feel in Mexico as well. Yeah, you probably just, got to watch my stream, but I got very good football knowledge. I watch a lot of football around the world, not just Europe. I watch everything all the time. But with Mexico, there's a lot of things about Mexico. It's like Tata Martinez. I don't think he's a great manager. He was very poor for Barca. He was very poor for Argentina. And also Mexico has too many old players, too many players that I do not rate. I don't think there's much quality. And I'm not sure if you're going to agree with me. I know you drew two against Poland, 0-0. You could have won. I know Lewandowski missed a penalty. But, this Mexico probably has been one of the worst Mexicos in the last, I mean, in quality wise, probably one of the worst Mexicos we've seen in the last probably, I don't know how long, since I probably remember watching football. And yeah, that's my thoughts about Mexico. And I don't think Mexico probably will get out of the group. I predict actually Argentina and Poland to go through, but who knows? Look, I'm going to say this once again. Saudi Arabia really, really surprised Argentina. And onto the ball says, nice one, frankly. Yeah, definitely. Mexico. I love Mexican people, Mexican food. I have so many Mexican friends. You wouldn't believe, but I have so many Mexican friends. On my Instagram, trust me, I've got about 100 of them. And frankly says, let's go the Blues, Portugal, onto the ball. But yeah, frankly, like, of course, I'm gonna bring you coming back again about you said you Mexico and stuff. Yes, I'm Portuguese. I'm from Cristiano Ronaldo Island, small island, Madeira, but have never really been fan of Portugal for a lot of reasons. I've said this, in some of my streams, but I'm not gonna go into details. But yeah, with Mexico, that's my thoughts about Mexico, and not clearly not the same, and. But the thing is with Mexico, right? They don't seem to go far, but they always sometimes find a way to get through the group stage. But and you would expect this Mexico to have better quality. How old is Guardado now? Guardado is like what, 37 or something? Still in the squad. Great player, one of the best in Mexican history. But then you got Ochoa in goal. Ochoa is special. What a goalkeeper! That save, I knew before Lewandowski took the penalty against Mexico, I was like, and this is his fifth World Cup as well for Ochoa. What a goalkeeper! The best goalkeeper in Mexico history. 5 World Cups. If there was someone that would save a penalty in a World Cup, it had to be Ochoa. His hairstyle, I mean everything. He's just a special goalkeeper. What a goalkeeper! And yeah, let me know what is your thoughts. And I've got nearly 20 people watching me. Been doing this live stream for half an hour, but like I said, and also I want to see some of you guys because there's a lot of people watching me. But look, just keep the live stream busy. Let me know what is your thoughts in the live chat. Takes about 5 seconds to write something, a question if you want for me, and also takes 3 seconds to subscribe to the channel and to like. It does not cost you anything. It's free. But yes, like I said, this is my biggest question of the night because everyone played run one already. Everyone applied, and I want you guys to please let me know what is your thoughts because I would love to hear everyone's thoughts. My one, and I will say this again, is that Brazil still the favorite for me. Yes, like I said, them and France is just too much quality. It was just too much Brazil today. That samba was on fire. Quick going forward, then just going forward. Even like Serbia has so much quality going forward. They could not create, they could not threat Brazil for the whole game. They did not actually create one very good chance, right? They did not had one shot on Tiger, right? So Brazil is not all about just going forward. Of course, that's the strongest part of Brazil going forward, but then also look at their back as well. I mean, look, quality too much. Goalkeepers, they have two amazing goalkeepers play for two one of the two the best clubs around the world, around Europe, we say around the world. Alisson for Liverpool, and then we've got Henderson for Manchester City. Look, Henderson is on a bench, right? And Alisson, who would you play? I mean, me, if I was the Brazil manager, the Brazil coach, Tite, I would love to have that headache. I think that's one of that kind of good headaches you have, right? Have so much quality. It's the same going forwards. Having all that quality in a bench is just amazing. Um, I like that how you analyze. I agree with your opinion on Mexico. So luckily, I can just enjoy the World Cup after Mexico out. Unfortunately, my friend, yes, I don't see Mexico going that far. But like I said, this is, yeah, probably since I remember is the worst Mexico. And you can tell, you as a Mexican, I've seen, because I do read a lot international media about football around the world, and the media in Mexico has been very, very tough and very harsh on Tati Martinez and also on the national team as well. And fair play, because a country like Mexico with a massive population, also passion for football. Mexico people do love football so much as well. You would want to at least bring more youngsters in, give more youngsters a chance, because it's that time where you as a Mexico, I'm basically speaking like I'm a Mexican, but is you feel like it's a time to rebuild, right? Like we've seen a lot of nations out there. Look at Belgium, right? Belgium is the time that they need to rebuild. Is you For me, Belgium is probably the most overrated team in this World Cup, just because they got a lot of players that is their prime is gone. Look at Hazard yesterday. Absolutely. This guy, since he joined Madrid, his career is finished. A lot of other players. But look, they won yesterday, but clearly Canada was the better team. Canada was robbed by the ref, by the VAR, and Canada should have won yesterday. And but yeah, that's sort of overrated. But like I said, I'm giving you an example of Mexico and also Belgium that it's time to rebuild, but they haven't really rebuilt. You're gonna look, yeah. There's some of the Mexico players that have, never played a World Cup before, but come on, you would expect. There's a lot of Mexican quality up there. Mexican football is not as bad as people think, right? And it's just the chances in life. I'm giving you an example that in life it doesn't matter how good you are, but also sometimes you need a chance as well. You need that someone give you a chance, and you need luck as well. And frankly says, what I can say is that Mexican league is full of foreign players, so it's very difficult to introduce new players, but I don't see that anytime soon. Very true. Very, very, very true. And this is not the problem of Mexico. This is the problem of a lot of leagues, right? You've seen Brazil league, yeah, like you see in Flamengo now with a lot of foreign players, Uruguayans, Colombians, everyone basically in Flamengo. They got the money. They invest in all this in this foreign players. That's why they won the Libertadores because their squad is just silly, too good, and a lot of Brazilians that you probably would think still play in Europe. But if they're paying like look at Ginac, the French striker, went to play in Mexico. If they actually play in the same wages or even more than European clubs are paying, what would you not want to play in Mexico? What would you not want to play in Brazil? If you haven't got goals to, you know, want to play a high level still, or you just want to make money to have, you know, to help support your family and yeah, to have a lot of money basically. Yeah. So Brazil today was wow, wow, wow. I don't even know what to say. I've said everything, but man of the match is hard. It's actually hard to say who was man of the match today because look, Richarlison, I thought he played well. I know he scored 2 goals as well, but then you saw Vinicius. Like I said, it wasn't the best game of Vinicius, but it was a good game overall. He definitely was a good game from him. 2 assists. He unlocked Serbia, but then you had Brazil still hit the post, still hit the bar. I mean, wow, chances after chances. Neymar also was playing really good. Neymar first half was probably the best player. Neymar was just getting the ball. He was just basically doing whatever he wanted to do. But then Neymar got rest. He came off. It is normal. You expect that. But I thought, I don't know what, Casemiro, for me, my man of the match has to go between Casemiro or Richarlison, just because that the work that Casemiro put in that midfield was unbelievable, unreal. That work he put in that midfield, holding that midfield against, you know, tall, strong players like Savage. And I mean, come on, it's not easy to play against, you know, Serbia. Serbia still has a lot of quality. Also, Sonia's back. Big up to you, my love. Says I knew Brazil gonna win. Yeah, you did actually told me that Brazil was going to win, but you still think Portugal is going to win. And also, she says, not surprised. Yeah, too much quality. This Brazil, like I said, it's just too much samba. Is there any team you're rooting for, or you're more just enjoying the World Cup overall? I mean, I've said this, like I said, you probably knew, and you know, I'm glad that you're coming along. You seems to be an absolutely amazing person, and also you have very good football knowledge. But yeah, I've always been an Argentinian fan. I know I was born in a small island, part of Portugal, but have always been massive fan. Since I was born in '99, this is my 8th World Cup, right? I just had the passion for Argentina because when I started growing up watching football, I was watching the highlights from the World Cup 1990, yeah, 1990, sorry, and then saw Maradona and Argentina. They lost in the final, but then my first World Cup it was in '94, right? And in America, and when Maradona had to, you know, test positive and stuff. I was always a big fan of Maradona watching his highlights. Then I started following Argentinian football. And of course, when Messi came along, I could say a lot of things about Messi being probably Messi the biggest first ever fan, but I keep that for myself. People knows me, and they will know what I mean. But yeah, I would love to see, like I said before the World Cup start, I predict Brazil to play against France because I was fair, I was real. I predict that what I see, how I see football, right? But I said that I hope I'm wrong, and I would love to see Argentina against Portugal in the final. Messi and Ronaldo. I mean, that would just be, like I said, the internet was just would break. You wouldn't have Wi-Fi. You wouldn't be able to watch the game properly. There wouldn't be any signal if Messi and Ronaldo play in a World Cup final. And also Sonia Souza says, "I knew Brazil gonna win." And also she says, "Hopefully Argentina don't play with Portugal. Who knows? They still can meet, you know. But for them to meet in the final, they need to both finish top of the group. That's how At the minute, it does not look good for Argentina, but I still believe that, you know, Saudi Arabia had a good game, yes, against Argentina. Argentina was very poor, and Saudi Arabia deserved to win, but I can't really see they got up there and beat Poland and even Mexico. It's going to be tough, but we never know. And also, JA Studio, big up to you, my brother. Always in here supporting me. Always. Big up to you, man. He says Messi and Ronaldo in the final will be legendary. I mean, come on, that would be. I think if you're a Messi fan or if you're a Ronaldo fan, it would just be absolutely amazing to see both playing in a World Cup final. The last World Cup, and for me, in my generation, I've seen players like Zidane, Ronaldinho, the Brazilian Ronaldo, Mario, Rivaldo, other, Italy's legends, everyone, right? Basically, the best footballers of all time, right? Apart from Maradona, I only watch a lot of clips of Maradona. This was when I got in love with Maradona and Argentina, right? But in my generation, definitely the greatest of all time, to keep that, constantly keep at that high level performing, every year, for me is Ronaldo and Messi, right? Of course, my favorite is Messi. I have never denied that, but to see these two players, and I think they deserve, yeah, to end their career, it would just be amazing to see Argentina versus Portugal in the final for them too. I think what they've done in football, in the last 17 to 18 years, we're never going to see, probably in our lifetime, we're not going to see another players doing this, what they did, keeping up, you know, that top level for so many years. It would just be perfect. Would be that end, like, you would never forget in your life to see them two playing in the final. And also, he says, Jay Studio says, every single human in the world will turn up for that final. 100%. I mean, like I said, if Argentina plays in a final against Portugal, Ronaldo versus Messi, that will break the internet. And I don't actually think we'd be able to. I'm not actually joking, honestly. Internet would break, right? I'm not sure how slow the Wi-Fi would be. Trust me, I do strongly believe that we would have signal problems. That's just a dream. And also, frankly, says, I appreciate your words. You look like quality person as well. Glad I found the channel. Really, really appreciate it. Means the world to me, man. Always in here. I put a lot of hard work out there, a lot of content. This is what such people, right? My thumbnails, my pictures, everything, is always from the game that I'm talking about or whatever I'm talking about. All fresh, yeah. It's all news, is everything fresh, just come out. It's not like I'm doing a picture for this game that is like a picture, because I want to put as much as quality I can for you guys, of course. And but a lot of people don't realize out there that when I ask, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, it does not cost you anything. It's free. People think, oh, what is this guy talking about? Why should I subscribe to your channel? Because I put a lot of work, and I'm sure it's a lot of quality. I'm sure. The reason I have never been on social media before in my life, never had a YouTube channel. I have only just been doing this for about just 6 months, just over 6 months, because I knew that my football knowledge, there's a lot of quality, and I know, I looking in the live chat, a lot of you really, really enjoy watching me, listen to me, and that means the world to me. And Sonia says, I remember you create a lot when Maradona died. Yes, when Maradona died, of course, that was just wow. But he's just crazy. Smash the like, guys. Yes, listen, listen, listen. Smash the guys. Yes, I'm so proud of you. Yeah, thank you. And I love you. And I'm proud of you. And like you as well. You're always supporting me. But yeah, people, like I said, it's got still 11 people watching me. I still have an ups and downs, a lot of people watching me, but really, really appreciate the support. Means everything to me. But yeah, look, people, I'm going to give another 5 minutes in this live stream. Make sure, please, just go up there and if you're new to the channel, subscribe and leave your thoughts in the chat. Leave your thoughts. I'm just going to bring your questions up as well. So yeah, Brazil was just too much samba today. Absolutely unbelievable. And my man of the match, like I said, I will give at the end, because I do every of my streams. I do my man of the match at the end as well, and I will do it. And I want you guys to let me know what is your thoughts. Like, is Brazil still the favorite after watching Brazil and everyone else first World Cup game? Because we've seen everyone so far already, so now we can have, our thoughts and everything. Now everyone, see you all in the next live stream. Big up Jose, big up my man, always supporting me. You are a legend, man. And I'll see you soon. I'm having a break tomorrow, but we're back Saturday, Argentina against Mexico. Vamos, vamos. I might change my channel name for Vamos Football. That's how I'm gonna do it, because everyone knows me as Vamos, not anymore as Football. Ferreira is Vamos. Sonia says, good night, Scott. Hopefully we see you again on Jose's stream. Of course you will, 100%. My man always in there to support me, because he knows I always support him and everyone else. If you need help, support with anything, find me on social media, drop me a message, follow me on social media also. And make sure you follow me. I will help you, but make sure you don't unfollow me like a lot of people do. And then, I don't know, it's just typical, innit? And onto the will says 100%, of course. There are 12 people watching me now. Make sure you smash the like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and I really appreciate the support. But, when I have comments like this in here, I mean, it's just the best. Absolutely. This just made my day. The same with this one in here. Let me go what it says. This one as well in here. This kind of comments just makes me want to do this all the time, makes me stronger, and yeah, always keeping bringing you guys quality content. And but yeah, like I said, yeah, where's the comments gone? It's just quite a few now. And going back again with Frankly Camp Fuzz in here about how I analyze the games and everything. He's basically said how I analyze Mexico situation at the minute. Going into this World Cup, we knew there was a lot of pressure on Tata Martinez already on Mexico, and absolutely unbelievable. I'm proud of you, brother. GA Studio, what a man. I mean, you know what I think about you. We also have a channel on Instagram and stuff. Man, you're always in there for me, always. And the funny thing is, I've got so many messages on Instagram, right? Always. I go on my Instagram, I really haven't been in there today. I have almost 200 to 300 messages to reach. But I always find 2-3 minutes for people like JA Studio, always supporting me. So if you support me, I will support you, and I will always find time to give you back what you give me. In life, it's good to take, but it's also good to give. And frankly says, you're very on base, so we'll be interested in your opinion. So definitely be back. Thank you, my man. Really, really appreciate it. Got 15 people watching now. Please make sure, if you're new, subscribe. Does not cost you anything. And Sonia says, you work so hard for this. You deserve the award. Really, really appreciate. I'm gonna do it like this, yeah. Frankly, thank you so much for the beautiful words to Jose. Of course, he knows I really, really appreciate. But like I said, when I got through some of the comments in live chat, that I have so many people supporting me. It's funny how I've been doing this, like I said, just over 6 months, how I'm growing as well. Also on my social media as well. I've got so many followers on my social media. And for the small time that I've been on social media and on YouTube, after 6 months, basically after 3 months, I already had 1,200 subscribers. Means that an average takes a YouTuber to reach 1,000 subscribers, I think is after 1 year or 9 months or something, and I did that in 3 months. Wow. Nah, it's absolutely amazing, people. Look, it's going to be a good night for me, because I will still have a big time as well for myself, and go on my social media. probably post my thoughts as well about today's the games that I basically watch. I've watched a little bit of the Uruguay and stuff, but then of course I was working, so it was a bit hard for me. I just hate missing a World Cup game. But with Brazil, yeah, I'm gonna give 2 minutes just quickly to go through. And Frankie says, "Son, good to meet you, of course." And you know, one day I would love to do a live stream with every single one that support me, if that is possible. But just quickly for the last 2 minutes, and I forgot to make sure to subscribe and like, and yeah, Brazil, what a performance! I mean, from minute one you could tell Brazil very quick, going for it, did not let Serbia breathe today for basically 1 second. We knew that it may would take time for Brazil to score the first goal, but Brazil win today was never in doubt. I knew it would be hard. I did said a lot of people were saying that Brazil's gonna smash Serbia 4-0, 5-0, 3-0, and I said no, it's not gonna be that easy. Trust me, it's Serbia, right? But then that performance Brazil put out there, absolutely, like I said, was just too much samba. Absolutely beautiful to watch. And like I said, is Brazil still the favorite after watching Brazil and everyone else first World Cup game? Of course. I mean, yeah, they have to be up there. Them and France, like I said, there was a reason why I predict Brazil and also France to both go all the way to the final, and it's just too much quality, too much for me. Yes, and my man of the match tonight. Will I be harsh in here and if I give to Casemiro? Some of you may not agree, right? I know Richarlison played well, scored, made a difference because he scored the goals, but then before that, you got a man behind everything, right? You always have someone behind everything that happens in your life, right? And you had basically Casemiro behind this, Brazil performance today. So, my man of the match today, it goes to Casemiro. I would love. It's hard, like I said, between Casemiro or Richarlison, but especially that finish, that's Richarlison's second goal was just absolutely amazing. But look, not always the players that score the most goals in a game should get man of the match. And I've said this after I reviewed the Argentina Saudi Arabia game. I said that I gave my man of the match to the Saudi Arabian manager, and I said football should look into this kind of awards, like why should a footballer always get man of the match, right? What can we give to the coach, yeah, the managers? Because I feel like the managers also deserve, because they do change games. Like that Saudi Arabia, the manager was the key on that game. The mentality he had, he did not stop all game. And at halftime, 1-0 down against Argentina, the way they come back, amazing. That's why I gave it to him. And also, German against Japan, I gave my man of the match to the Japan manager because 1-0 down, Germany was dominating, and he made some subs like change the game. So who deserves man of the match? For me, it was the manager. Something football should definitely change. Not always give the award man of the match to just the players. I think the managers deserves more credit because when things goes wrong, who gets sacked? Who's the first one to be fired? The manager, right? So we need to give more credit to the managers. The work they put into it is amazing. So that's me. Look, that's how I think. That's how I see football, and I would love to see, you know, big people in football look into it and start giving the award for man of the match to football coaches. I would absolutely love to see that. I'm not sure if you guys agree with me. Please let me know in the chat if you agree with what I'm saying. If you do, you know, I will disagree. I will agree with you as well. But if you don't agree, I will disagree with you. That's just me. And also, let me go through in the chat because there's quite a few. Yes, subscribe. You listen, please. You're new to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. And also, Frankly says, good to meet you. Gone through that. Frankly, thank you. Um, for support Jose means a lot to me. I give to Neymar. Nah, Neymar actually first half, amazing player, so much quality than Neymar. He's having an amazing season with Paris Saint-Germain, and you saw today that 45 minutes was unbelievable from Neymar. And says, "Come on, guys, please subscribe to Jose if you've seen the live, please." So many people watching me, 12 people right now, this time of the night, 10 o'clock UK time. For me, is a lot of people. And frankly says, I say things how they are, but hopefully I see you next time. 100%, that's for sure. You will see a lot of people in here again, as usually on my live streams. Hopefully see you Saturday on Jose's stream. Please come. Yes, for I will Saturday. I most likely, I think I may do the French France Denmark game, because that probably is going to be a good game as well. And I'm gonna have a break tomorrow. Then yeah, but we'll probably be back for France Denmark game. I'm not sure about that one yet, just yet. But then I will definitely do the Mexican Argentina. That's gonna be crazy. And also Sonia says, "I'm just joking about Neymar." I know you are. I know you are. And yeah, look, people, still 11 people watching me means a lot, means the world to me. And also says, hopefully France, loses. Yeah, I mean, can they lose against Denmark? I don't think they will, but Denmark also is good, has a good team, definitely, very good squads. They're doing really well. The qualifiers was really good for the World Cup. The last Euros, Denmark did really well, but France is France. It's just so much quality in there as well. Brazil and France, just before I go, I will say that Brazil and France is definitely just probably one step above everyone else, but there's a low quality as well in there. Like I said, if you actually look Portugal squads, you look Portugal squad in the paper, amazing. You look Spain, you look England, you look Argentina as well. I know they lost to Saudi Arabia, but there's still a low quality out there. But it's just too much quality in this World Cup. And I remember before the World Cup say a star, like I said Brazil for me is the biggest favorite, and I think Brazil is going to win the final between Brazil and France. But this is going to be one of the most one of the most competitive World Cup that we ever see. I ever remember. Like I said, is my 8th World Cup, but I do believe this World Cup. This is just a start. Look, it's only round one, game one. It's only been game one, right? This World Cup is going to be absolutely amazing to watch. I did not agree the World Cup playing in Qatar, like a lot of you, World Cup to play in the winter as well. But I said, once the World Cup starts, everyone will forget our World Cup is playing in Qatar. Everyone will just concentrate and enjoy the World Cup, because it's all about what is in a game. Forget what is outside the game, right? It's all about what is in the game. That's what I said. Once the World Cup start, everyone will just mentally forget. The World Cup was playing in the winter. The World Cup was played in Qatar. Everyone just focus on watching the beautiful game. And Sonia says, "Buy LA's is blue." Don't say that. And also says, J Studio says, "Brazil bench can be a fast team for a lot of countries. Their depth is insane." It's crazy. The Brazil bench. If you can afford to have Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, and Tony on a bench, that just says the quality of the squad. It's just unbelievable. And frankly says, final question: how you enjoy this world compared to other ones? I was in 6, but that when I start. It's hard to say still, just because it's only, like I just mentioned, it's only been game one. But I'm going to be very honest with you. I have enjoyed so far, because, like I said, before World Cup, I predict to be a very competitive World Cup. And we've seen so far, we've seen Saudi Arabia. And let's not forget as well, football nowadays changed completely to what football was 10 years ago, what football was 20 years ago. is completely changing. Slowly, football is changing. The mentality on each nation, each club is changing. That winning mentality is just seems to be implementing everyone who plays the beautiful game. But yeah, I enjoy so far compared to the other World Cups. It's actually hard to say. Like I said, it's only the first game, but first game for everyone else. But I'm pretty sure I just got a feeling as well that this is going to be one of the World Cups I enjoy the most. Let me see what World Cup I enjoy. My first one, of course, always has to be the '94 when Brazil actually won. What a team they had! Romario, Babette. I mean, it was just crazy, right? '98, yeah, France Zidane. That final was just absolutely amazing. 2002, I also enjoy so much. Like Brazil beating Germany in the final was just absolutely that Brazil squad with Ronaldo, the Brazilian, the best number 9 of all time, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho. How crazy was that? I enjoyed 2006 Italy beating France in the final. I did not really. I mean, Italy typically tactic very defensive. Italy, you know, they never seems to play attractive football, but they always seems to do the job. But I would say everyone, like 2010, that Spain was genius, genius, genius. The best nation I ever seen was the Spain from 2010 that won the World Cup, also won the Euro in 2008, and Spain also won the Euro in 2012. And 2014, German was a great World Cup in Brazil. It was sad for me seeing Germany beat Argentina in the final, but it was also a great World Cup. The last one in Russian, we had a great tournament, great games of football, a low quality as well, with France beating, Croatia in a final 4-2, a final with 6 goals. Great, great, great game that was. Great World Cup. Like I said, my man, this usually I'm not afraid. I'm not scared of any questions that anyone put up for me, but this one is not. I'm not scared, but it's a hard one to actually say. But and also he says I was 9. Yeah, he was 9 years old. Yeah, that's right. What I would say is that big teams shouldn't be so confident because lower teams are quality, no doubt. Absolute spot on, my man. Football has completely changed nowadays, so you know that anything can happen, even more now. Let's say, like I said, 20 years ago, when I first started watching football, there was a lot of teams that was just before going to the games, you knew they will get smashed, you knew they will lose. Today, even before the games, you would think, yeah, I mean, I think easily he's going to win and stuff, but you always have that step back thinking, no, look, anything can happen. Like, nowadays in football, even more, everything is possible. But yes, definitely, my man. Absolutely with you, and I appreciate all the support. Look, people, I'm gonna go because I deserve a rest. 2 amazing streams, so much love and support, and I cannot thank everyone enough. Absolutely, my mic is going crazy, but yeah, absolute, spot on, everyone. We all agree and disagree, but that's part of football, right? This is why we love a beautiful game, and this is why I'm in here as well. And I cannot thank everyone enough. Please, on your way out, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe and also smash the like because it's important as well. And I will see everyone very soon. Like I said, I'm gonna have a break tomorrow, but I'm back on Saturday again on fire. Gabby says Brazil, yeah, too much quality. Big up to you, my man. He's from Netherlands. 2-0 against Senegal. Win is a win. It wasn't the best performance, but it was important to win, to start with a win. 3 big points that, facing Ecuador still and Qatar. Netherlands will go through. I predict them to go through. And yeah, good squad as well. Netherlands has a good squad, but their first game wasn't impressed. They did not play amazing, but that's how you expect. A lot of teams out there, they will be nervous. But look, my man, big up to you and everyone I watch and still watching. I'm in this stream with 9 people watching me just past 10 o'clock UK time. I mean, it's amazing. I can't thanks you guys enough. Look, Ciao, adios, thank you, goodbye, much love to everyone, and I will see you Saturday. Football Ferreira will be back Saturday for few match reactions, match review, giving my thoughts and everyone in the chat. And stay blessed. God bless you all, and thank you so much for all the support as always.